Fantasy G Podcast with your host, Gerson Aguirre, where winning is everything.
Everybody's ready. I hope we're good to go. There might be some noise outside, but hopefully we can get past that. Welcome to Week 1 Fantasy G Breakdown for Daily Fantasy Sports, Draftkings, and Fanduel. We're going to go ahead and jump into Week 1, break down the salary, break down the top plays. I will give you my opinions on the plays and whatnot. You'll be able to see on my screen right here basically everything that I have in front of me. My projection, it's just everything basically, but don't pay attention to any of this because this is not set. None of this stuff is like set all the way. Let's go ahead and jump into the first position that we have on the slate. As we all know, we'll go in order: quarterback, running back, wide receivers, tight ends, and defense. And then I'll give you my moneymaker of the week.
Quarterback.
At quarterback, the top value seems to be Jacoby Brissett, or as we like to call him, Jacoby Brisket. As we all know, Andrew Luck has retired, sadly. It's a sad year in the NFL. But overall, I really wish Andrew Luck the best on his house. Taking those hits got to be brutal, especially for 300-pound linemen running like 4.5. I mean, I ran a 4.9 at my combine, and I weigh like 250 pounds out of shape and stuff, so I can only imagine one of those guys running at you. But Jacoby Brissett at 4,400, he projected for 16.7 points for the game. His value is the highest one on the slate, but as we look right here, his ownership is only 2%. So basically, he had a tough matchup against the Chargers. Chargers were one of the top defense last year. Overall, they lost Derwin James, but I'm not worried about that. As we know, they were still they're loaded everywhere at linebacker, defense, secondary. Overall, they're just a really good defense. They were 8th overall in DVOA total defense. They were 10th in DVOA in total pass defense. So Jacoby Brissett, with this short little time with the starters and whatnot, I'm gonna have some exposure to him, but not too much. I'm not going to stack him in my GPP. I can see people trying to convince you that he's a cash game play, but I don't believe it. I'm not buying it. There's a lot of value this week that I don't need to go to him. Carson Wentz is for sure my favorite quarterback of the slate. I'm going to have a lot of exposure to Carson. Carson Wentz facing the Washington Redskins. Overall, Redskins are middle of the pack defense. Don't really fear them though. They were 20th overall in total defense. 11th overall in pass defense, but they struggle against the run. They struggle against wide receiver 1. They struggle overall. It's a good spot for Carson Wentz. You can stack him with like the likes of Deshaun Jackson, Alshon Jeffrey. Alshon Jeffrey just got extended today, so you know he's gonna ball out. Zach Ertz, of course. And another player I'm going to name, but I want to talk about him a little more because some people are not fully aware of who he is and whatnot. Let's see. Carson Wentz for sure, as you guys see, he's probably the highest owned quarterback on this list. This week 1 is, what do you call it? Is like the way where it changes the most, like through ownership. So 9% is pretty high for Carson Wentz. But so after that we have Kirk Cousins. But no, we don't have Kirk Cousins. Let's talk about other quarterbacks because I usually go by value on my list. So Kyler Murray. Now this is interesting. A lot of people ask me about Kyler Murray. I say this. This RPO system is for real. And it hasn't been shown yet. They're projected they want to run 80 plays a game. If they ran 80 plays a game, they'd be breaking record in the NFL. But they're going to run 80 plays a game, all right. But it's not because of their offense. It's because of their defense sucks so bad this year. Their secondary banged up. They're missing a linebacker. Their safety is questionable. And overall, that defensive line, not very good. Front seven, not good. So I see this defense struggling against Detroit. And this could be a high-paced game. I know they only got 22 points over Vegas points. But overall, the Lions have 24. So you're looking at a 46-point over-under. So basically, this game could actually shoot out to 50-point over-under, I believe. So I really like Kyler Murray because he has a dual ability threat with his leg and his arm. And overall, this is going to be the week you're going to get him at the lowest if you really want to play him at 5,600. Because if he goes off, he's going to be He's going to be higher price. He'll be like 6,400, 6,600. But I'm going to play a lot of Kyler Murray. I'm going to have a lot of exposure to the Arizona Cardinals. And you can stack him with the likes of Larry Fitzgerald, Christian Kirk. And I haven't decided on my third guy, but I'm leaning toward Michael Crabtree because he's really cheap. But more than likely, I'll probably have Fitzgerald and Kirk at the most. The next quarterback we have is Kirk Cousins versus the versus the Atlanta Falcons. As we know, last year the Falcons were really banged up. A lot of people were wondering, like, is this defense going to be good this year? How is it going to be? And whatnot. But I think they'll be in the middle of the pack. They're still missing some, just not that upside they had, like, when they went to the Super Bowl. But overall, Falcons ranked 29th versus the pass overall last year and 31st in total DVOA defense. That was awful. So I don't mind the Vikings. I don't mind Cousins. I'm going to stack him with Diggs and Thielen. I know Diggs was a little banged up, but at 5,500, I mean, you look at Kirk Cousins, this guy has been good in the past when he gets his opportunity against good defense. I mean, San Francisco, 20 points. Green Bay was the middle of the pack defense. 35 points against the Rams. Yeah. I mean, Arizona, 19 points. New Orleans, 24 points. So I'm in on Kirk Cousins for sure, because you can stack him with Dalvin Cook, you can stack him with Stephon Diggs, you can stack him with Adam Thielen. I'm really excited about this. They're at home. Overall, Atlanta's traveling, and Atlanta is gonna score too. So if for some reason Atlanta goes ahead, Kirk Cousins just gonna throw the ball a lot. But definitely like Kirk Cousins this week. Now, Lamar Jackson, I'm going to do a naked quarterback with Lamar. If not, I'm going to stack him with the likes of Miles Boykin, Mark Ingram, and Mark Andrews. I don't really like Marquise Brown. I understand that he can... you know what? And just because I said that, I already know he's going to go off. It just sucks. That's just the way DFS is. You want something to go your way, it never goes your way. But I definitely like this matchup against Miami. We know Miami's tanking. We know they suck. I mean, overall, they traded their best player away, which was Jeremy Tunsil. So I can see a lot of forced turnovers, a short field for Lamar Jackson and that offense. Miami ranked 25th overall in DVOA total defense, 23rd versus the pass. Overall, they just weren't a good defense at all. I mean, they struggle covering the wide receivers. They have a cornerback named Xavier Howard. I mean, I think he's a good cornerback, but he can't cover everybody. But overall, I like Miles Boykin quite a bit. He's a rookie, really cheap, and you can get some value out of him. But if you're going to stack this game, I highly suggest you pay up for all the studs if you do. That's the only way you're going to get that roster to reach its ceiling. Dak Prescott, I'm going to have a lot of exposure with him. I know Zeke is back, but the good news is with Dak Prescott, is when Zeke is back, he does much better. He does much better with with Zeke than without Zeke. With Zeke, he averaged 18.3 fantasy points per game. Overall, I'm gonna take that with him versus the Giants, but I know he has even a higher upside because I don't think Zeke is gonna get like the full workload. They said that they're gonna limit him on 25 snaps. Overall, 25 snaps can really mean quite a bit, for him. I mean, 25 touches. But if you get 25 touches, I don't know which one they said. 25 touches, 25 snaps. It really depends what you want to say. But overall, I think they mean 25 touches. But even then, I loved Dak Prescott. One of the biggest reasons because Amari Cooper is playing, and he was in full practice. He was lingering on that plantar fasciitis or something like that. I don't know how to say that word, but you can go look it up. They got injury report everywhere. But Dak Prescott's definitely in play for me. Nick Foles versus Kansas City. We know Kansas City last year struggled very bad versus the pass. They were ranked, let's see. I mean, their total defense was 26th overall in total DVOA defense, and they didn't do much to improve it. They added Tyrann Mathieu, but I'm not big on Tyrann. But let's see. One second, guys. Let's go ahead and so basically we look at this, and it's Kansas City. They're a high-paced offense. They're always just scoring. So Jacksonville is gonna have to score. And last year when they played the Kansas City Chiefs, I believe. Well, actually Nick Foles was on that team. So let's look at Patrick Mahomes. I believe when the Jaguars played what's their name? The Kansas City Chiefs, they passed the ball more than 50 times. I can't find the quarterback because I'm not going to go look for him, but it was Blake Bortles. So with Nick Foles, imagine if he gets to throw the ball 50 times. I mean, that's pretty good. I mean, the score was 30-14. I think this is a much more improved offense. Much improved offense. Overall, with Leonard Fournette being healthy, that offensive line being healthy, I know there were some questionable marks on their left tackle. I want to know more updates on that later on, see if he's gonna play or what. But I think he's gonna be out. But overall, I know I want a lot of Nick Foles. Because if I can stack him with D.D. Westbrook, Jeff Swain, Keelan Cole, probably not Keelan Cole, Marquise Lee or someone else, I don't know. Leonard Fournette, D.D. Westbrook, Jeff Swain are the guys that I really want. I'm going to try to stack him and running back with a Kansas City guy. It's probably going to be Tyreek Hill because you guys are going to see. But, of course, we got Matthew Stafford. Like I said already, this is going to be a high-scoring offense, RPO system, the high pace against Matthew Stafford. Matthew Stafford can swing it too against Arizona. That secondary is hurt right now, so this is the time you got to take advantage of that. And Matthew Stafford, this game can be more up in pace, so I expect more scoring. I love the breakout of Kerryon Johnson coming on. I also like Kenny Golladay, or Kenny G as we know. I'm really excited about this game. So I'm going to watch it and I want to see what this whole offense looks like. Especially with both of them. Like, both offense have breakout players and they both have like questionable. But this game could be very entertaining. And you're getting Matthew Stafford at 3% owned. That's pretty incredible right there. So if you get Matthew Stafford at 3% owned and they go off and score, this game goes off, it's going to be a pretty great stack. But yeah, so we have a Patrick Mahomes. I don't really want to say much about Patrick Mahomes. He's just the best quarterback in the league. He's an MVP facing the Jacksonville Jaguars. Even last year, with that tough matchup, he still scored 20 points. He threw for over 300 yards. And, let's look right here. 300 yards, Matt Value at 6,200. No passing touchdown. He got 2 interceptions. I mean, overall, it wasn't his best game, but you can't count out Patrick Mahomes. Come on, guys. You know that. 9% ownership, so there's a reason why the field's going to be on him. So I'm definitely going to have some Patrick Mahomes. Try to get him cheaper with stacks and stuff and whatnot. But I love Patrick Mahomes. Jameis Winston, I can't tell you guys how many times I've heard the hype of, Chris Godwin's going to be a breakout player. He can't be a breakout player if he already broke out, bud. But he's going to be a great wide receiver. People don't even know who the breakout wide receiver is over there. But Other good plays, I'm not going to talk too much about them, is Cam Newton versus the Rams, Russell Wilson, Baker Mayfield with that new offense. I'm going to have some exposure, not too much exposure with that Baker Mayfield because his price is up. And the matchup is tougher than what people think. Jared Goff to Carolina. Jared Goff struggles on the road, but I'm still going to have some exposure to him. But these are my main quarterbacks that I'm going to have. So if I were to rank them, probably in my ranking, Carson Wentz is my number one quarterback. After that, I probably have Dak Prescott, Kyler Murray, Kirk Cousins, Matthew Stafford, Cam Newton. But it's top 6, top 7. But overall, I'm going to have a lot of exposure to all of them. I might eliminate a couple of the guys because I usually like to keep my player pool a little bit shorter than usual. Okay, let's move on to the next position that we have on there.
Running back.
Running back. We have Christian McCaffrey at the top. We look at ownership always. Running back is the one roster spot that you really just don't mind being shocked at. I never mind being shocked at running back because I know running backs are the most consistent, the most safe to get touches. So definitely like Christian McCaffrey in this game against the Rams. The Rams are going to be a higher paced team. They're going to move the ball. You're going to have to score on them. You're going to have to match their offense. But overall, it's just they're at home. That's one thing. And then the other thing is I usually target running backs that get a lot of volume. Christian McCaffrey gets that. I always want volume for my running back. Volume, touches, and points, obviously. But, like, overall, his ownership's at 24%, but he's 8,800. I'm going to pay up for him. He's the one running back I really want to pay up for. I mean, there's not a lot of other running backs. Saquon Barkley, I'm not paying up for Zeke. I'm not going to play him very much, if anything, at all. Right now, I don't even have him in my player pool, but I might add him, you know. Things can change. But I love McCaffrey this week. He's probably my top running back this week, next to Dalvin Cook. Dalvin Cook is just in a smash spot. But let's see. With Christian McCaffrey being right there, you're going to have to pay down to other running backs. The other running backs that I really love is Dalvin Cook and Chris Carson, Leonard Fournette, and Kerryon Johnson. Now let's break this down. We remember last year, who was Atlanta playing? Play the running back. Because they allowed the most, they made a historical, like, worst defense versus the running back last year in passing against the running back. They were ranked overall 31st overall in total DVOA versus the run. No, they ranked total DVOA, and then versus the run they were 30th, and then against the running back pass they were 28th, and they allowed a historical drive. But their defense got a little bit healthier, so we got to watch out for that. But the craziest thing is, and this has to be the most mispriced player of the week. Dalvin Cook at 6,000. There's a reason why he's going to be 38% owned. He's 3 times value. I'm going to have a lot of Dalvin Cook, that's for sure. I wouldn't be shocked if I have over 30 to 40% of Dalvin Cook. I'm going to just jam him in my lineup. He's definitely a cash game play. Chris Carson, wow. Okay. I want running backs to get volume, get reception, and they said they're going to give him more reception this year, and I want them to be ahead. And they have a high team total, 27 points almost. They're going to be ahead, and that defense is going to control the tempo. I'm definitely all over Chris Carson this week. Totally mispriced at 5,700. So I'm going to have a lot of Chris Carson. Cross-country road trip for the Cincinnati Bengals. They're going to be tired. Overall, I think this game's later on in the day, too. Let me see. Yeah. It's a 2:05 game, so even better for Carson. But I'm going to have a lot of exposure to Carson. And there's a good reason he's 24% owned. He has everything. He has the volume. He has the home favorite. He has the defense that's going to control the tempo. And he's going to get the workload. Rashad Penny is not ready for it. He's not a good running back, in my opinion. All right. Now, my favorite guy, one of my favorite guys of the week, and I'm going to have a lot of exposure to him, is Leonard Fournette. Definitely love Leonard Fournette. Jacksonville Jaguars last year, they struggled. Leonard Fournette was having really bad like off-field stuff and whatnot, and he also struggled with mental things. You know, he was in a bad place, and that offensive line wasn't healthy. And well, Blake Bortles was Blake Bortles. I don't want no Blake Bortles on my team. Definitely love Leonard Fournette. 19% owned. Ooh. Oh yeah. I'm gonna have a lot of Leonard Fournette versus Kansas City. Kansas City's defense is, like I said, they're not good. I mean, I feel like this is a repetition thing. 26 overall in total DVOA defense. They were the worst versus the run at 32nd overall versus the run. Overall, I'm gonna have quite a bit of Leonard Fournette in this matchup. And Nick Foles, man, like I'm telling you guys, much better upgrade than Blake Bortles. So this offense should match up with Kansas City. Would I be shocked if this game went like 31-28? No. But in order for them to keep up, they gotta feed Leonard Fournette. And the other thing is, he's now a third down back. They don't have a third down back no more. They played Leonard Fournette 80% of the snaps in the preseason when he was with the starting players, the starting team. And I'm definitely, I'm believing it. I'm gonna believe all of it. I'm going 100% in on Leonard Fournette. Next running back, Saquon Barkley. I love Saquon in this matchup. Obviously, we know how great he is. Dallas has a really good defense, but even last week in Week 17, 109 yards. This is what I love about him. 8 targets, 4 receptions. He still gets reception. So no matter what, even if you stop him on the run game, he's gonna get targets and reception. So what we're looking at is a running back with reception, overall upside, even if you stop him, and that's what Saquon Barkley has. This guy was one of the best running backs we had in recent years for a rookie, for a fantasy football player, basically, overall. But in the first game in Dallas last year, and I remember watching that game, I was like, oh my gosh, he is not getting anything for yards. He ran for 28 yards, but he had 16 targets and 14 receptions in 80 yards. That's what I'm talking about. That kind of upside. Dallas has the same defense, and they're going to do the same thing. They're going to pressure Eli, and they're going to make Barkley beat them. No, they're going to make Eli beat him, not Barkley. They're going to make Eli throw the ball. They're going to... And Eli didn't change. He's the same quarterback. Come on, guys. It's just... I love Barkley. Him and McCaffrey are probably the only running backs I would pay up for this week. Not paying up for Zeke. I'm not really interested in that. Next running back I have Austin Eckler, Nick Chubb. I can't tell you guys, everybody's touting Nick Chubb. I love Nick Chubb, but the thing is, he's 6,400. I mean, I'd rather have Fournette and Carson over him and Dalvin, but I wouldn't be shocked if Nick Chubb actually came out to be the best value running back in this game. I think Chubb is a great value, and I'm going to have exposure to him, but against that Tennessee defense, I mean, Cleveland's at home, and they're going to be hyped. I mean, this is the best year. This is the best, team they've had in, well, I don't know how long. But overall, the Titans last year, let's see. Yeah, Tennessee Titans overall were a pretty solid defense last year. They were 15th in total DVOA versus the run, and basically second overall versus the running back pass. So overall, a solid defense, but I think Chubb will get the workload. The other thing is their backup running back is dealing with an injury, and we don't know who the backup running back really is because they haven't really said it. They have Hilliard, but I think he was hurt. And the other thing is, I don't think any of those running backs are really gonna spare Nick Chubb. So basically, what I'm trying to say, you gotta have a Chubb for Nick Chubb. So play him for sure. 15% ownership. Definitely like him a lot. Austin Eckler, and you can stack him with Baker, so that's pretty cool. I mean, I'm gonna stack him, Jarvis, OBJ, and Yoku. Whew. You gotta pick your spot, man. Austin Eckler, everybody knows Melvin Gordon's not playing. You've been living under a rock, then I don't know what to tell you, man. But Austin Eckler is the main guy. Now, I don't have Justin Jackson. I'm not a big Justin Jackson guy. I wouldn't be shocked if he does good though. Like he could be if the Chargers get ahead, Justin Jackson probably a better runner, but I think Austin Eckler is just a better complete running back. I love his projection. I love what 5,500 his price. He's probably gonna be that running back that I have. Le'Veon Bell, David Johnson. These are okay. This is what I'm talking about right here. Le'Veon Bell, David Johnson, Todd Gurley. 3 running backs that are priced at 7,700, 7,100, 7,900. Now, if you go back to 2017, these guys were the running backs that were priced like 8,800, 9,100, 9,500. Le'Veon was once priced 10,000. You know, so am I gonna have exposure to this 3 running backs? Oh hell yeah! I want a lot of exposure to these guys, but I have to rotate them. One thing about Todd Gurley. I need to do more research on him to find out what the beat writers are saying. How are they feeling? I'm feeling that he's going to get more workload. I wouldn't be shocked if I move his projections up to 22, 23 points. I think he can be this slate top running back. He's fresh. They said that he's going to get the workload. He's a full workload. He's good to go. I know narrative street is don't believe what the coaches say, but come on. He had a whole offseason to recover from his leg. And people are like, oh, but he had arthritis. Dude, he had arthritis since he was in high school on his knees. Love Todd Gurley this week. Mark Ingram, I don't mind him, but I'm not going to have a ton of him. It looks like it's going to be a running back by committee. They have Justice Hill there. They have Gus Bradley. They're going to ride the hot hand. I wouldn't be shocked if Ingram does get like 2 touchdowns, though. But I'll have exposure to him, but not too much. I love Breida. Breida had that very, very, very PPR upside. I mean, look at the guy right here, 5'5", 46, 51, 4, 3 receptions. And this was when, like, he was basically still sharing workload. But he has upside. He's fast. He was timed the fastest running back last year with the ball. So, Breida against Tampa Bay in a high-scoring offense, sign me up for that for sure. Definitely going to have Breida in my stacks with Jameis Winston coming back. Now, Damian Williams. I might have minimal exposure to Damian Williams, but I will have some because I don't want to fade that great value of his. I know LaShawn McCoy is playing. I don't think I'm going to play LaShawn too much, but he's going to be in my player pool. One guy I want to talk about the most is definitely Miles Sanders. Doug Peterson reported that he will utilize a running back by committee, but I think Miles Sanders, if he shows off that he can run the ball a lot better than the other one, than Howard, and I know they cut, and they have Clement, and then they have, what's his name, Bro, but I know they cut up like 3 other running backs. Definitely like Sanders in this, for sure. At 3.1 value, that's one of the highest values I have on my running back list, 3,900. At 3%, I could be playing contrarian right there. And I think if I can get Miles Sanders to get me 80 yards and 1 touchdown, I'm going to be eating money. I'm going to be raking money for sure. I'm going to be feeling good. That's for sure. But Miles Sanders, this guy was the second best. He had the best second. No. He had like more yards than Saquon Barkley did at Penn State. And he did it on only 3 more carries. I mean, I love Miles Sanders. I drafted him in all my season-long teams, but definitely want him. The next player I have at wide receiver. The next position we're going to cover is wide receiver, so let's go ahead and jump into that.
Wide receiver.
If you guys have questions, feel free to ask your questions on Facebook Live. I will answer them. Don't be shy. That's what we're doing this for. If you have any questions, like regardless when you listen to this podcast, you can find me at the DFS Fantasy G, the Fantasy G podcast / DFS Roundtable on Facebook. You can find me at the Fantasy G Pod on Twitter. You can find me at the Fantasy G Podcast anywhere else, basically. But feel free to ask me any question. All right, so let's check out wide receiver. Wide receiver this year is probably it's a headache. Like everybody like, oh man, there's so many these breakout wide receivers. We got Curtis Samuel, we got Tyler Lockett, Boyd, DJ Moore, Godwin, all these guys, right? At wide receiver, my strategy is try to rotate them out. Try to get as much exposure and much wide receiver as I can. I use my wide receiver pool is probably the biggest one out of all my positions, but it's for good reason because wide receivers are very. You can get those wide receivers at lowly owned. You're going to be climbing in GPP. But my number one wide receiver is definitely OBJ. 8,100, pretty pricey, but I think OBJ and Baker are going to strive. OBJ has that upside to be a number one wide receiver in the whole league. Going to have a lot of exposure to him. Tennessee is going to struggle to contain him. I just don't think they can really contain him. They are a solid defense. So would I be shocked if they did? But no. But I don't think they will. Definitely going to have OBJ. He's supposed to be 9% owned. Not too high of ownership, I guess, but overall, if I can get OBJ at 9%, he goes off for 150 yards and a touchdown, I'm going to be looking pretty. But after that, we have Tyreek Hill. I know. Tough matchup with Jalen Ramsey. I'm not worried about Jalen Ramsey. If you're an elite wide receiver against a cornerback, I always pick the offense versus defense. This isn't NBA defense versus offense. Beat offense. This is the NFL. It takes more than one player to shut down one player. I mean, Jalen Ramsey talked a lot of crap, talked a lot of shit, and he's gotten owned by wide receivers before. I mean, he talked a lot of shit to DeAndre Hopkins, and then he respected him like Hopkins the best wide receiver ever, the hardest wide receiver to cover. But that's the thing. I mean, Tyreek Hill, if he gets free in any kind of way, he can get free return the ball, punt return, kick return. He can run the ball. He can catch the ball. I mean, I think Tyreek Hill is in for a prime game in this game. And like I said, I think this game is going to be a higher shootout than what people think. But I definitely love Tyreek Hill. I don't want to spend too much time on wide receivers because I'm going to go over like a little bit. I'm going to give you like a one runoff opinion on them, and that's it. Matchup. Wide receiver is the position that I least care about matchup because overall you can do wide receiver versus cornerback matchup, but overall I really just care about the quarterback, the Vegas spread, volume, touches, target. That's what's important to me. So Julio Jones versus Minnesota, Xavier Rhodes, he had a tough matchup against Julio. That's what they claim, but Julio Jones, if you look at the past movie makers, when he has tough matchup, he actually explodes in them. He always does very good. Definitely love Julio. Keenan Allen with Indiana. I understand he's going to get a lot of volume, 7,300. I think he can get those PPR upside, but if they pull up ahead, I can only see him running the ball and burning clock. Adam Thielen, love Adam Thielen this week. He's going to be playing more on the outside. He struggled last year, but overall, towards the end of the season, with the new offensive coordinator they have, I think they're going to try to work him in, but people didn't know this, but he was dealing with a back injury, and now he's healthy. So give me Adam Thielen. Amari Cooper with Dak Prescott. Amari Cooper, man, look at this stuff. When he was with Dak, 52, 41, 16, 20, 20. 29. Well, this was Raiders, I think. But either way, when he was with Dak, he's a lot better. So I love Cooper this week. I'm gonna have a lot of exposure to him. I don't care about the matchup. Giants don't scare me at all. Mike Evans. I'm gonna be playing a lot of Mike Evans against San Francisco. That defense is not good at all. I mean, overall, this game's gonna be a shootout. Gonna have a lot of exposure to him. Now, Tyler Lockett, a lot of people are probably not gonna play him, and he's at 8% owned, 15% owned. Actually, I guess a lot of people are gonna play him, but I believe this is gonna go down because people kind of they back away. When they realize it's just Tyler Lockett. I'm gonna have quite a bit of exposure to Tyler Lockett. I love Lockett this week. Hot pocket, baby. Hot pocket. Brandon Cook, one of my favorite wide receivers for GBP. Why? Because he's boomer bust. But I think in this matchup, I don't know if anybody watched All or Nothing, but the defensive backs they have over there, all they do is like allow a lot of freaking points. But I love Brandon Cooks. I love all the wide receivers for the Rams. I'm just gonna rotate them out. Chris Godwin, play him. He's gonna be sharp. Everybody's gonna want to play him. 6,200, gonna get target. They let go of Humphrey. They let go of Deshaun Jackson. A lot of targets to be there. Love him. Kenny Galladay, I'm gonna run it back with any of the Arizona wide receiver. Love Tyler Boyd this year. Everybody knows how high I am on him. If you've been following my fantasy stuff, Tyler Boyd is in a great spot. Seattle is a tougher matchup, but overall, Tyler Boyd is one of the best route runners, and I think if they're gonna presser, what's his name, Andy Dalton's gonna find Tyler Boyd on all those routes that he breaks and gives him the ability to extend the play. So I love Tyler Boyd. I'm trying to get him in my GPP. I already talked about the Rams wide receiver. Try to get them. DJ Moore. All right, here we go. DJ Moore versus Curtis Samuel. What is it going to be? So here's the way I put it. When you're stacking Cam Newton with both wide receivers, you're probably going to get some of them if both are both, right? Pick your poison. You can go for the value wide receiver, which is Curtis Samuel, the best value of the week. Or you can go with DJ Moore. That's the same way I feel about Marvin Jones and Kenny Galladay. I'm leaning more toward Curtis Samuel and Marvin Jones. Those are my favorite plays. Some of the guys I want. Not gonna play a lot of T.Y. Hilton. I'll have him in my GPP, but only if I fall on him when I run my projection. Let's see. Calvin Ridley's in a good spot for sure. Just make sure you switch your exposure. Overall, some of the guys, my exposure to wide receiver is gonna be pretty top heavy. So, D.D. Westbrook is gonna be the highest owned wide receiver. Let's go ahead and check on our top owned wide receivers here. D.D. at 22%, Curtis Samuel at 19%. Wow, Tyler is high up there. 15%. These are the top wide receivers. Most of the guys I mentioned. I mean, overall, they're all in a good spot. So you got to pick them, right? It's going to be tough. But overall, I'll show you guys my exposure of my positions at the end. But let's go to the next position.
Tight end.
Alright, tight end. For tight end, my strategy is always to pay down. If I have to pay up, it's because I'm stacking it with my quarterbacks, or basically because I'm trying to fill in my roster with value and then pay up for target. I'm paying for target. Hunter Henry, the highest owned white tight end for sure, in a good spot against Indiana. Overall, he's so cheap. It's just that's why he's so highly owned in a game against 25.25. I love Evan Ingram this week. Dude, when Ingram plays the Cowboys, he smash. Last year, 5 for 81 and touchdown. And then, let's see, week 2, 19.7 for 67 and a touchdown. I can't really see anybody covering Ingram. Ingram's going to get a lot of volume, a lot of touches. But I'm going to smash him, man. 4,800, so cheap. The two guys I'm going to pay up for are George Kittle and Zach Ertz, for sure. But they're going to be in my stack. They're also going to be in my other stack, running back with the other quarterback. Love the matchup for George Kittle. We know how great he is. I mean, the Buccaneers are just among the worst in total defense anyway, so I'm going to have a lot of exposure to them. I mean, it's just, yeah. That game's going to be crazy. San Francisco, Tampa Bay. O.J. Howard is a breakout tight end. He can be this year's George Kittle. Definitely going to have exposure to him. They have a Tart, which is a safety that's really good at covering tight end. I'm really wondering how they're going to use O.J. Howard. So I'm going to have exposure to O.J. Howard, but would I be disappointed? Would I be surprised if they shut him down? No, but I'm going to have a lot of exposure to Howard, and I'm going to have some exposure to Howard. These guys are just like throw-in. Austin Hooper, Mark Andrews, Delaney Walker, and Yoku with my stack, of course. Now, two tight ends that I really want to get at low owned, and they're coming in at 2% each. It's Will Disley and Jeff Swaim. Now, Jeff Swaim was reported he came back to practice on Monday. He reported hurt, but he's okay. Jeff Swain, basically, versus Kansas City, good matchup, high scoring game, very low price at 2,900, low ownership. These are the kind of tight ends that can win you GPP, But he's an athletic tight end too. Then Will Disley. Let's not forget Will Disley, man. This guy, the first 2 weeks last year, he 3 receptions, 1 touchdown, 3 receptions, 42, 1 touchdown, and then he got hurt. Will Disley, I'm gonna have him on my radar. Okay. So the strategy for tight end is pay for get Hunter Henry or pay up for Ingram, Kittle, or Ertz or Howard, and then sprinkle a little bit of in of the other guy. Definitely gonna have. I'm pretty sure I have a lot of Hunter Henry. On defense, I always try to rotate all my defense in. I try to get exposure to all of them. Really, in reality, defense to me is kind of like it's a throw up. Because if you remember last year when the Bears were supposed to be the best defense in the world versus the Dolphins, they struggled and they lost. They didn't meet value. You paid up for them and you got screwed over. Or when the Vikings played the Bills and you were like, oh yeah, I'm gonna play the Vikings, and they scored on and you lost all the value. So I tend to pay down at defense, and this week, in that 49ers Buccaneers game, I would not be surprised if there's a lot of sacks and interceptions. It's a very high scoring game, but when you get interceptions and sacks, you get points. And at 2,200, I don't mind that. The Ravens defense is up there too versus Miami Dolphins. Miami tanking, awful offensive line. They're like the worst among them. Let's see. The Panthers against the Rams is interesting at 2,100. I'm not gonna. I don't know how much exposure I'll have to that, but I ran my crunch, so we'll see my crunch at the end. The Chargers, definitely against Indiana, I like that. Eagles are probably one of my top defense that I want. I'm gonna try to change their projection though, because I think they should be a little bit more higher. They should be more higher owned. But if you look at ownership, it looks like the top defense. People are gonna play the 49ers defense, the Ravens defense, surprisingly Dolphins defense. I don't like Dolphins defense. Seahawks defense, love the Seahawks, and I like the Cowboys too. But yeah, so let's check out like my ownership on players real quick. I usually like to split this until when it comes on Sunday when I actually decide. But these are all my quarterbacks. You guys already know that. Running back. This is what my split looks like. A lot of Leonard Fournette, a lot of Dalvin Cook, a lot of Chris Carson, Chubb, Carry-On, Mark McCaffrey, Ingram, Eckler, and then it came down to these guys. I'm definitely gonna move this up though, because I want more Miles Sanders. Wide receivers, a lot of Tyreek Hill, Curtis Samuel, D.D., Cooper Kupp, OBJ's right there, Adam Thielen, Kirk, Marvin Jones, Corey Davis, Larry Fitzgerald. Yep. And then sprinkle over these guys. Now, guys, don't pay too much attention to this. This is just like kind of like a starter, Tomorrow morning, I basically jump into this and change everything that I don't like and what I like. Zach Ertz up there, Hunter Henry, Kittle, Ingram, Kelsey, Walker, Hooper, Andrew, and Yoku. All right, guys. Let's see. Tomorrow morning, I will be on Facebook and Twitch at around 7:30 Mountain Time. I will be up early, and I will give you guys any thoughts of anything that I changed, and answer any questions for 30 minutes, 40 minutes, not too long, but you guys can feel free to come in and ask questions about your rosters and your roster construction. With that being said, my name's G. I hope you guys enjoyed this. And now, if I don't win $1 million, I hope you guys win $1 million. Because oh man, I can't wait till the season. I am so excited. So excited. But anyway, man, I just can't wait. I'm pumped. I hope you guys are as pumped as I am. Well, I'm out. The Fantasy G, where winning is everything.